So AEW Double or Nothing canceled? Kinda? While the show is no longer emanating from the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, and has since been rescheduled to May 2021, so the show looks to be rescheduled for the arena to next year, it looks as if the show is still planning to happen on May 23rd of this year. As per All Elite Wrestling's website, and I quote, AEW's Double or Nothing event will be televised on pay-per-view as scheduled on Saturday, May 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Additional details related to Double or Nothing, which was initially scheduled to be held at the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas, will be revealed in the weeks ahead, with features of the event itself ultimately being determined by the latest guidance of the national and global health authorities. The highly anticipated event will be available for purchase via in-demand cable operators, DirecTV, Dish Network, and BNR Live. International fans can purchase the event at Fight TV. Now, I'm going to be honest. If you guys honestly thought Double or Nothing was still going to happen, I don't know what to tell you. You guys should have saw this coming. I mean, if y'all listening, my friends Alex and Alejandro, they were planning to go to Double or Nothing. They were trying to convince me to go to Double or Nothing. Now, this was way back in like the beginning of the year. They wanted me to go to Double or Nothing, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to WrestleMania weekend this year. I just came back from Tokyo. I got to see how my funds are looking because I can't travel everywhere, man. I literally have a job. I pay bills. I don't have an infinite bank account. Like I can't go everywhere. You know what I mean? I want to, but I can't. So I'm like, I don't know. I have to think about it. Then everything started happening with CV, and all these events started getting canceled one by one. Now, remember, WrestleMania got canceled first. Technically, it didn't get canceled, but it was taken out of Tampa first, before Double or Nothing was even, written off. And as soon as WrestleMania got canceled, I said, guys, you gotta accept the fact that Double or Nothing's gonna get canceled too. I'm sorry. If you think that AEW is the end-all be-all and they're exempt from this, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's gonna get canceled. And they're like holding out hope, and I'm not saying you can't be optimistic about it, but be realistic at least. And they're holding out hope, and then this news comes out, and it's like, well, guys, you gotta get refunds now. Sad to say, but the show's done. I'm curious about what's gonna happen with New Japan and their Wrestle Dynasty show happening in August. Now, I was planning on going to that show, but with the way everything's looking, I mean, I'm probably not. New York is the state with the most populous amounts of the cases of CV. And even if the economy opens before August, I don't know if I want to go to Madison Square Garden surrounded by all these fans who God knows who has what. It's like, I don't know if I want to do all that. That sounds very risky to me. Unless we have a cure, I don't know if I'm going to be traveling to any arenas or any venues for anything. So yeah, I thought this was a good take for AEW to cancel the show, as they should have. But and I don't even want to know if I want to say this is my issue or this is something that concerns me, but my thing is AEW has said that the show is still going to happen on Saturday, May 23rd, 2020, just not from MGM Grand Arena. Now, I don't have a problem with Double or Nothing still happening. If they still want to do the show, that is fine by me. My concern/issue comes from the fact that they said this show is still going to be pay-per-view. Now, listen. WrestleMania technically was a pay-per-view. It was sold on ESPN, on different outlets. You could pay for the whole show for $59.99 or whatever the hell it was costing. However, you could also subscribe to the WWE Network for $9.99 a month and manage to watch WrestleMania. And don't forget, the first month is free. So even if you have watched and used the WWE Network before, you can go on a different credit card or use your mom or your dad's or your family or your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever, different card number, sign up for the WWE Network, watch WrestleMania, and then unsubscribe. You can literally watch WrestleMania for free. And even after the fact, consider all the illegal sites that are going to post it online. You can watch WrestleMania for free. Alright? You can watch it for free. It's possible. And even if you don't want to do it that way, you can still pay $9.99 to watch WrestleMania. Double or Nothing is now going to be on the AEW network, because there is no AEW network for $9.99 a month. So what I'm led to believe is they're going to expect people to pay upwards of $60 for Double or Nothing. And I'm sorry, but I find wrestling crowds to be an essential. I'm so sorry. I find wrestling crowds to be paramount to pro wrestling. And if nothing else is proof, watch the last few episodes of AEW or WWE or any wrestling shows that have no crowds, and you'll see just how different it is. I hear from people all the time on Twitter, even in my group on Facebook or in Discord, saying that wrestling doesn't feel the same without crowds. Some people just don't even watch wrestling right now because there's no crowds and because they can't get invested. And I'll admit, I am not a big fan of wrestling with no crowd. It's weird to me. Now, I do live reactions on YouTube, and I know that a lot of you, that helps out. A lot of you like watching wrestling with somebody because it would be awkward just to watch wrestling with a commentary and nothing else. So I could see where everyone's coming from, but paying $60 for a show with no crowd, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I'm willing to pay $60 for a show with no crowd present. No crowd reaction. I'm not saying there's no crowd reaction, because AEW Dynamite does see wrestlers in the crowd, making noise and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if I want to, WrestleMania, at the end of the day, you could pay $9.99 for it. There was no crowd. You only had commentary. There was no elaborate, awesome, amazing stage. It was basically just held in a performance center with a WrestleMania sign in the background, and that was it. That was WrestleMania. It didn't feel like it, but that was WrestleMania 36. Double or Nothing. What is it going to bring to the table? That is my big question. What will they bring to the table? I already know the finals of the TNT tournament were going to happen at Double or Nothing. Cool, dandy, but that's not a selling point for me. I'm sorry. I'll be willing to miss it if that means I keep my $60. You're asking people who may not even have jobs right now to pay $60 for this show. So automatically, they should expect this to be extremely low buy rates. I'm sorry, but this show is not going to do good at all. It's just not. You're asking too much from people by paying $60. I hope, I don't expect, but I hope that AEW, Tony Khan, whoever will see this situation that I'm bringing up right now with people who do not have jobs, that wanted to watch Double or Nothing, that cannot manage to pay $60 a month, or add in the fact that there's a lot of people like me who see crowds as a integral part and are not willing to pay $60 for a show with no crowd, as a reason to bring this show down by half, by 75%. Maybe paying $9.99 to watch Double or Nothing. They have a better chance of probably making more money by downsizing the pay-per-view price than they do if they keep it at the price that it's at right now. There is, in my opinion, I don't think there's any match they could possibly do. And I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Is there a match they could do that will make me say, you know what? I'm buying this show come hell or high water. Unless they strike a deal with New Japan tomorrow and they say, we're going to lend you Okada, we're going to lend you Tanahashi, we're going to lend you Ibushi, we're going to lend you Naito, and we're going to have you do a dope-ass 8-man tag team match, New Japan versus the Elite. I don't see myself buying this show. I'm sorry. I don't see myself paying $60 for Double or Nothing. Unless they drop the price of this show, I don't see myself paying money for it. I just don't. $60? No. I'm sorry. I want you guys to comment down below. Where do you stand? Are you willing to pay $60 to watch this show? No crowd. No elaborate stage. Not much glitz and glamour. Just a pro wrestling show. Held in probably the Nightmare Factory. The same venue they've been holding the last few Dynamites. Maybe Daily Place allows them to hold it there. But just just a regular empty arena show. Are you willing to pay money to see that? And I'm sorry, I'm not going to.